believe we peaked in the 90s. Come on, come on, come on, prove me wrong. Tuck your friendship bracelet back in your shell suit sleeve. Come on back in time with me. Fiddle again, and hello, it's Fo, and welcome back to Project Zomboid. Our man has woken up rather early, 4:10, hungry for some breakfast. It's easy for us to sort out. Still got plenty of food that's stale, that we don't want to go rotten. It's hard to keep track of everything. It's inevitable that we're going to end up with rotten food. But we can put it in our composter. And hopefully at some point, it's going to turn into fertilizer for our garden. It never survived long enough for the stuff to turn into fertilizer. Not sure how it works. Yeah, we'll keep going, putting our rotten food in there. Broken machete, maybe try and repair. It's maybe one we've repaired too many times that we've given up on. Can't bear it, throw away. Yeah, we can reorganize some furniture. Definitely don't need the light. There's the tall light in there is one of the ones that we can't turn off. It gives us a little bit more room. Back on with the plastering, so we can paint some more walls, make our fantastic base look better. Even though it's raining, yeah, we're gonna have to make sure to water our crops now, that they're sealed in. At least we know all the pans and everything outside that are collecting water will be full to the brim. We're not short of tainted water sources. So we'll get on with our painting. Try and make both of these walls match. Just going with whatever paint we've got the most of, really. As long as it's not too ugly. Yeah, it's going to make it feel more like a home. Yeah, it's a little bit awkward with painting some of the walls. That we're going to have to pick up the boxes and move things out of the way. More fussy about some walls than others. Hopefully got more pink paint somewhere. Probably get away with doing the last wall purple. It's quite a light purple. Yeah, it looks deeper when it's on the wall. Yeah, whatever paint you've got the most of. Yeah, go through that first. No point in starting a big wall if you've only got half a tin of paint. Does go quite far. The plaster and the paint. Depends how big a base you're making. Yeah, he's got big plans for turning his fortress into more of a compound. Get a new outer perimeter. That way we can have room for animals in the compound. Another layer of protection from zombies or raiders. Sadly, he's not going to be able to survive through to the point where the game's going to have those things. He's preparing for everything. As I've said before, he doesn't know that. He's optimistic that he'll be able to continue his adventure into the next build and unlock a whole new area. Pop down some curtains. Again, make it nice and homely. Decorate as much as we can. At the same time as making progress with the woodwork. And doing redecoration. Spreading out all our loot. Making use of the space that we've created. And not forgetting about the country club. Heading there to take out more zombies. Get more of the treasures from there. I've got so many of these crates. We can swap things around as we wish. We'll create an extra room at the back here. Have room for the musical stuff. Another long-term goal for him. You can try and get enough equipment. Maybe do a broadcast. Play a song to whoever's left listening. Get one of the news trucks. Another computer. Some video and audio equipment. So we can say that we're hooking it all up. It's another excuse to go to the radio tower. Make sure that's not been overrun by zombies. So in theory we can bounce our signal off of that. Sing a song to whoever's left. Just like when the celebrities sang Imagine in the pandemic. So yeah, we're at the country club. Sorting out some more zombies. There's still got to be a few hundred more. Are going to be kicking around in this area. It's quite a large area in itself, so I don't doubt we're going to find pockets of 50 or so zombies several times. Yeah, we've got plenty of spears to keep us going, and some backup weapons if we go through them all. motorbike helmet on. Nice and safe. As safe as we can be. Keeping my arm's length for the sphere is good too. I do break them quite often. There's a good chance that we'll one shot the zombies. If not, it's often just a couple. As there, with the higher levels of carpentry and maintenance, should last you a bit longer and be a bit more effective. There's still some loot kicking around, as well as a couple of rain collector barrels that we're not going to have to make. Still collecting garbage bags. All those rain collectors we've still yet to make. They're super essential. It's got the attention of a few. Yeah, this is just one area. It's like a little show jumping practice area. Some stables round about. Yeah, we'll try and break it up into several different areas. Work our way through logically. Try not to get snuck up on. Get all the zombies that are out in the open before getting jump scared by ones inside. Head home for our dinner. Stopping past next to the secondary gas station, where we've got the garage and the restaurant and stuff. Pick up some more stuff for the base. Any loot that we've left behind. We're swapping out car batteries. They seem to be the most useful part of the car. Swapping out the battery into this car seemed to bring it to life. That was the only problem with it. I want to use it to try and hook up to this one, get out of the way. Hopefully not be cursed by Sunday Driver. It's a little awkward, but we get it going. Problem is when you go into another surface that isn't a road. But yeah, I've got this method of backing up and then heave-hoing it. Seems to work. A little car park here is getting overrun. Nature is fighting back. All these trees are sprouting through. It's just another source of lumber for us. So he finally gets his dinner. Another salad. We're not letting him get overweight ever again. Okay, we've got more food that's turning. Yeah, once you've got up to a certain level of cooking skill, you can't add a little bit of rotten food. But you certainly don't want to do it intentionally. Especially not if you've got a weak stomach. Yeah, definitely not chancing it. We're filling up our composter nicely. still haven't generated any usable fertilizer yet. Move things around. These little stores, the little food store and the laundrette. We could incorporate them into our compound area. So we'll need to clear them out fully. We want this van for the head cannon. If we drive it back to the base, we can hook it up and boost the signal for our ham radio. Dial up internet. Whatever sort of functionality the van's got for transmitting. As I say, it's going to hopefully bridge the connection between the big radio tower and all the stuff that we can acquire for our base. So we can send out a message. Might be risking the military finding him and trying to recruit him back into the war against the zombies. But he's been fighting so long, all on his own. At this point, he might accept the offer. Get working on this room. We're going to have all our instruments in. Of course, add in more windows that we're going to need the actual glass for. I'm sure there's still plenty more around that we can go and get. Yeah, it hasn't taken long for more trees to start sprouting through. I don't feel bad about taking ones that are kind of close to the base that would provide us some cover. I'm going to build a great big perimeter wall. If they're this close, they're going to see us anyway. Yeah, we can go back and continue making our shortcut through the woods to get to the country club if we feel like we're stripping the place too much. Yeah, there's plenty of little trees coming through roundabout. They can give us a log each. He's super tired, but we've got him up on the roof anyway. Push through, get this room covered. At least if he falls off the roof from there, he's only fallen one floor. It's not going to be fatal. Unless he's tired and hungry and carrying all the logs. Otherwise, should be fine. As long as he's already done some of the carpentry and offloaded some of the planks. He's not super overloaded. Yeah, he should survive falling one floor. Yeah, we're taking more stuff out of these secondary sort of outbuildings for our compound. Completely remove the front wall that's next to the cars, back up a couple of cars into there, into the store, add all the fruit and veg in it. It'd be easy to work on them, work on mechanics, even if it's raining. We need something to do. We've woken up too early, or it's such awful weather we don't want to go out.
came for cabinets, but we found some canned food as well. We'll always take the loot if we can. We've almost maxed out our rain collectors. Yeah, we're making good progress. Making the most awesome base ever. Days where he's doing the base work. Certainly tire him. No surprise he's waking up a little bit late. We'll forgive him. Get some more farming XP. And some more cabbages to replace the rotten ones. Really, you should plant them one day apart. So that you're slowly but surely getting the XP and slowly but surely adding more vegetables to your fridge and freezer. That'd be the better way to play, especially if you're in for the long haul. Yeah, we're getting these little bursts of XP to try and just get pushed over the lines. Making more than we need. Just to try and level up our farming. Being a higher level of everything is more appealing to me. Although I do want to be super efficient with the food. As much as I can. If it's just cabbages and things that are going rotten, I'm not too bothered about that. As long as we're making most of the high protein items. That's what we're after. Keep them strong for the fight against the undead. And we're keeping them on the salads. To wait for him to recover. He's still stuffed from eating the last one. Make it slow enough. There we go. Ready to eat again. Yeah, I'll have to make some stick traps at some point for catching birds. So the side of the trapping we haven't got into. We have got stale berries and things. Do find a lot of berries from foraging and things. I'm sure there's other things that we could put on the stick traps. Yeah, that's another thing we should get into at some point. Yeah, I've still got heaps of food to try and manage. Yeah, just got to watch that we don't go overweight again. It does affect our ability to run away from zombies and get over fences and fight. It's not exactly what we want. Car into the fold. Get one of the security screens from the bank. It's going to be a reliable video thing for our video link to the world. Another computer and a proper computer desk. Of course, you always need more hinges and door handles. The windows for our room as well. Our big perimeter fence is going to need gates as well. We need plenty of hinges and handles for that as well. So we get our CCTV system set up. Yeah, I've got to rearrange things a little bit to make it all make sense. I've still got plenty of these tables and chairs and things close by. We can use for as much furniture as we really want. Yeah, we're going to have the computer close to the CCTV. Spread things out a bit. Yeah, we've got plenty of room to display all our instruments. We may have room for another piano. Maybe room for a grand piano rather than the little bar one. So got our first gate down, second gate down. Try and connect these up. Let's say we've got plenty of lumber round about us. Should be able to make a frame, outline our new perimeter. As I say, turn it more into like a compound. Another layer of protection. Yeah, you can't be too safe in this game. Critically, we've got the nails for it. Still got another 65 boxes of nails. There are a few more places to look in the country club area that could have nails as well. Yeah, make sure we line up this corner right. Don't want to really impede the road. Little square there. As I say, don't want to drive the car around the corner and bump into the corner of the base itself. It's more likely to get in our way than anyone else's. Yeah, we've got the first corner. Our new compound sort of mapped out. So we'll still need to go past and make the actual walls for it. Remove the walls along here so we can continue the wall line down the way. Use this natural wall as the line. Yeah, we need to disassemble as much stuff in here as we can. And or just get rid of it. Our next gate down. There's plenty of trees back here as well that are going to be within our area, as well as the ones just outside it. See how far we want to go out that side. But we want to encompass quite a large area. Better to have too much than not enough. Not knowing how much we'd need for farming the animals. Got another radio set up next to our computer. More electronics that we could hope to connect together somehow. Maybe some rudimentary streaming. Always the entertainer, even in the apocalypse. Still got plenty more of these chairs and tables around. We'll pop some more out. Gonna move all these crates, all the stuff in them, so we can have our van with the satellite dishes on it right up against the base. So it's hooked up and couldn't move anymore. Got one of our many sledgehammers. Just going to take away this front wall. And the back room. All the things that we couldn't disassemble. I'd say we could have a few vehicles in here. It's like a garage where we could work on the cars, even when it's raining. Come in and get some mechanics XP in the winter time. Like it's some future planning. It's fair enough having the big car park across the way. You don't want to get soaked while you're removing and putting back components of cars. Hard to do those things one-handed. I'm going to try to hold an umbrella with the offhand. Move our bin after deleting some unusable metal. Add some more escape ropes where we're making our safety fences around the main base. Generally tidying things up a bit. Leave space for another gate there. See what feels right. As I say, we want more space than we need. Plenty of room for the extra activities that are going to be unlocked with the next build. And the animals. It's preparing for every eventuality. At least it gives them something to do, gives them some motivation. Let's see, hopefully it's not going to distract us too much from the main goal. I think if we just pushed on, killing zombies and trying to loot the country club, he finished too early and been twiddling his thumbs for the last 15, 20 days. Get ourselves a triple day episode. Up at 5:50. Close enough. Let's pick up where we left off from. Moving things out of here. We're gonna get the vending machines put upstairs. Could put stuff in them. Don't really need them, just for show really. Good decoration. Yeah, in a pinch you could use them as storage. Yeah, all the nearby places, we're really stripping them out. Making sure we got all the hinges and everything to use for our gates, for our compound. So we've got our van set up, like we could hook it up and boost the signal from all the stuff at our base. Send it to the big antenna, then on to Louisville. Should be able to speak to anyone on the whole map, really. If there is anyone to speak to. Don't really need to go down the shortcut. So we've got so much around here. As I say, we're sacrificing a little bit of natural cover. There's some man-made cover. Also saving a little bit of time. Hack through the forest. Make lots of trips back and forth. Makes him well tired. Chopping down the trees. You'll definitely sleep well tonight. It certainly provides us with plenty of planks. Get this lined up. Get another corner done. Another ciggy break. More generator maintenance. Keep the place going. Another box of nails. For some more wooden walls. You can move some of our stuff further out now. Looks nice either side of the gate. Hopefully we won't crash any vehicles into them, but can destroy the ATM because we can't move it. Use it for any sort of decorative purpose. Same with the stuff in here. Okay, we can use this as another sort of open utility space. Use it for whatever we want. But it's now included in the base. So we should make it look as though it has some sort of purpose. Yeah, working with a sledgehammer, that's going to wear him out as well. And some more escape ropes. Yeah, we're pretty well prepared if we need to play a game of cat and mouse running around the base. Salad up some more of our stale food. Yeah, it'd be good if you had some sort of way of knowing how stale things were, how close they were to turning, so you could prioritize things better. The best sort of system that I've set up is having all the stale stuff in the one fridge, so you're always going to that fridge to get more stuff. And then the fresh stuff in the middle fridge. And then stuff that you've just got, you're putting in the end fridge. And it's a game of just trying to move everything across when room opens up. Sort of playing with the capacities of the fridges. And having enough food to have 3 fridges full pretty much constantly. But yeah, he's survived so long. Even some of the frozen stuff that was frozen fresh was turned to frozen stale, you know. So you kind of got to keep an eye on that. And take it out the freezer and get it in with the other stale stuff. Cook it if it can be cooked. At least you're going to get the XP for it once. Tidy up our cars a little bit more. Head our way back to the danger zone, where there's still plenty of zombies that can get us. A little car so we can get our white car back. Another trailer. Steal a sink and a mirror while we're raiding the toilets next to the pool. Level of maintenance. short way into the main building. Get a little bit of loot. Couple of water dispensers. Not too shabby. Then we come round the back. Make sure it's quiet enough for us to get into this room. It's like a big bar and library. It has kind of a mix of different stuff inside for loot. And we'll take all the good stuff. Yeah, as I say, it's quite a big area with lots of little things to check out. Zombies in every corner. Potentially decent loot in every container. Plenty of furniture to steal. I'd say there's a big grand piano I'd like to take for a broadcast room. Forever working on our electronics, making sure that we're always disassembling these watches and walkie-talkies and radios and things when we find them. Still not running away from fights. Make sure to take the zombies head on. Run past them and let them creep up behind you. Still getting decent weapons and things off the zombies to make it worthwhile. Taking a combat approach rather than a stealthy one. It depends on your experience level, how tough your character is, and how many zombies we're talking about. If you're a newbie, you're starting at West Point, don't know what you're doing, and you've only got like a plank as a weapon, yeah, probably running away and fighting another day is a good plan. So I got a new TV, I haven't figured out the resolution, changed to a bunch of things, did a bunch of tests. It essentially came back from the country club. Supposed to be in safer ground if I had to keep restarting the game or whatever. I thought I'd found a good one, but this is not that good. Yeah, I've got so used to the same sort of misalignment and having to zoom in a certain amount to make it all make sense. I had to zoom in even further. So yeah, adventures in resolutions. I played most of the playthrough on a TV from 2000 that I'd got in 2001. It was already a bit dodgy then, but I persevered with it. All the way through until it was randomly turning itself off and it was just no use anymore. Couldn't be having that during Zomboid. When the zombies are creeping in, the last thing you want is for your display to turn off. Yeah, so far so good with the new TV. Yeah, this strange resolution is a victim of that. Trying to find what the correct settings would be, because I knew by that point I was already playing on the wrong settings and things didn't line up. Yeah, I've made it worse before making it better. Sometimes that's the way it goes. Hopefully you can still see what's going on. Yeah, I'll do more base maintenance. Making progress on the best base ever. Still eating his salads. Getting tired even though it's only the afternoon. Adding some extra garnishes to his food. Trying to make him happier. Less bored. Yeah, give him a coffee. Trying to fix his tiredness. And give him a ciggy. Trying to fix his anxiety. Yeah, it's just a battle against the Moodles. That's the price of progress. It's got some wire from some destroyed traps, presumably one of the metal traps. So yeah, they can be destroyed by things staying in them too long. Yeah, we do need to come back and check on these things more frequently. We've got plenty of wire that we can make more cages. We've got plenty of materials for traps. I do want to make some of the other kind that catches birds, because I haven't got any birds yet. So another element of trapping we should get into, even though we don't really need the meat. It would be a good way for us to get rid of some of the produce that we're overproducing. So yeah, we'll get some traps down, get them baited. Do some more carpentry. Try and solidify this boundary wall. Coffee's not really hitting the spot. It's taking the edge off. Yeah, I want to power through. Do as much as we can. So we get our stick traps popped down. Over next to the burger place. Which should be far enough away. At the same distance as our other traps from where we're sleeping. Yeah, so we found some stuff to bait up our traps. And hope that we can catch some birds. Again, we need to remember to come back and check these, along with our other ones. Yeah, each different kind of trap has its own sort of mechanics of where it wants to be. What kind of biome, what kind of bait it wants. All factors into the RNG about whether it's likely to catch something. Yeah, we'll carry on decorating, doing some base work until bedtime. Sorting out all our rotten food, all the goodies that we've got out of our trailer, stuff from the country club. Water our plants. Again, now that we've got them sealed away, there's more maintenance we've got to do, but at least they'll survive. The temperature drops down to freezing. Won't be freezing in here. Haven't seen a zombie for ages, so as long as one doesn't come and break a window, it'll be nice and cozy for the plants. Tidy up all our spare VHSs, all our duplicates. And sit and watch one for our boredom before bedtime. I haven't really gone through them all, so yeah, sometimes it's a little treat. Got to let your character watch a VHS. That new resolution, I can't even see what it says. Yeah, it's not ideal. It's like we add in the extra zoom levels when you first do it. It's a little bit confusing. And it's good that you can see more when you're fully zoomed out and you're rotating around like a lighthouse. It's good that you feel like you can see further and see more threats. But when you zoom back in, you're not zoomed right back in. Changes it a little bit. So it depends on your preference. Again, your experience level. Certainly when I was starting, I definitely favoured being able to see further by zooming out all the way. I want to know if there's a group of 10 or 20 zombies in one particular direction, so I can maybe try and go around them. So yeah, we'll do a little bit more mechanics. It's bad that we don't have a book to read. Don't want him to be John McClane himself and not be at full fighting power. If he's taking trips over at the country club. In theory, if we get some more into mechanics, at least by stripping out all the batteries and useful things that we might want to take for our little garage. A good battery again will help us with our different vehicles. But we'll come back next time, pick up where we left off from. Until then, do take it easy. I'll see you in the next one.